All right, matchup draft time, and we actually have a trivia question for a change. And for a change, Chris asks me, go.
As we know, future Hall of Famer and current Vikings quarterback Joshua Dobbs was drafted by the Steelers in 2017 and has been on the Titans, Browns, Cardinals, and Vikings in the past year. What are the two other NFL teams that Dobbs has been on in his career?
Are we talking about regular season roster or practice squad? Or off season? It doesn't matter? Does it matter? All right. Jaguars and Lions. Ask me a hard one next time.
Wow, way to go. Pete, you can't take off the answer while I'm asking the question. I don't put it by anybody. What are you? Come on, Pete. No, I mean, geez.
They traded him. They traded him. They traded him to the Jaguars in 2019 after Nick Foles broke his collarbone and wished they hadn't because Ben Roethlisberger's elbow blew up the next week. And then he was on the the Lions practice squad last year, before the Titans signed him and put him on the field. So I knew that. I know my Josh Dobbs trivia. I got the jersey, baby. How could you doubt me? All right. I'll take Nick Bosa versus Tristan Wirfs. No, I'm kidding. I'll leave that one for you. I want to go. Where do I want to go? Oh, you know where I want to go? I'll start here. Sunday Night Football. Brian Flores versus Sean Payton. Sean Payton's offense, Brian Flores' defense. Payton, the guy that they fired Brian Flores to hire in Miami. So Flores, a little extra something for Sean Payton because that's the reason one of the reasons Flores got fired. They're all juiced up to try to hire Sean Payton. So Flores versus Payton on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. Let alone, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson look like they've hit their groove here. I mean, like we talked about, the other day, just Russell looked great, decisive decisions, big plays, was aggressive, tucking the ball and running. I think they got it going. And Flores and that defense, as we know, they do everything and blitz like crazy, and that's going to be interesting. I think the next one I'm going to go with, I'm going to the Monday night matchup, the matchup of the weekend. And the big talking point of after the Super Bowl was 0 damn sacks, right? This Chiefs O-line, and I know Orlando Brown's not there anymore, and he was kind of leading that charge. But either way, this Chiefs O-line is one of the best pass-protecting O-lines in all of football. And now we know we got the Eagles coming, and their pass rush is even better than last year. They've added a few weapons to that group there. So that, to me, is going to be very interesting to watch. I don't think they're going to be able to rely on running the ball consistently on that Eagles D-line. They're going to have to throw the ball. Does he have enough time to pick them apart? It's going to be a big part of that game.
Next one for me is the Texans versus the Texans because this is a trap for them. We would have looked at this game as pure caca before the season started. Cardinals at Texans, the two worst teams in the league. No, the Texans are in the hunt for the playoffs. They have the Jaguars next weekend. If they beat the Jaguars, they take over first place in the division. They cannot stumble over the 2-8 Cardinals, especially with Kyler Murray back. Let's see how focused they can stay. DeMeco Ryans dusting off his game plans from his time with the 49ers to try to slow down Murray. This team they're learning how to win. They have to learn how to win a game they definitely should win. Will they stumble? Will they fall now that they're building some momentum? This is the Texans versus the Texans in their own mind.
Yeah, I hear you there. It's a scary game. It is. We've seen Arizona give everybody just about a tough time, right? And now with Kyler Murray back in the fold, there's definitely to be a little bit more belief there in their ability to win some of those close games that they've lost. So that'd be a good one. That's a good one by you. I'm going to go back to the thing we started with. Wirfs. Right, Tristan Wirfs versus these 49ers DNs. If you want to be more particular, Wirfs versus Bosa. The Buccaneers can protect the passer. Wirfs is I think he's the best pass-protecting left tackle in football right now. That's a bold statement, but that's going to be fun to watch. Him versus Bosa, him versus Chase Young, him versus Randy Gregory, the whole crew there in San Francisco.
One more round from each of us, one more pick from each of us, I should say, one more total round when PFT Live concludes right after this. All right, one more pick from each of us, and this is a game that I don't know how much we're going to really be focused on it this weekend. 3-6 Rams coming out of their bye to take on the Seahawks, but the Rams beat Seattle back in Week 1, and Seattle didn't have Devin Witherspoon. And Matthew Stafford, I think, would prefer not to see Devin Witherspoon. So Witherspoon versus Stafford. Stafford coming back from the thumb injury. Witherspoon wasn't on the field when they played in Week 1. He'll be there for this one, and the Seahawks need it because they've got the murderer's row coming up. 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles.
Yeah, Seattle's one of those teams that we know got potential, but doesn't seem like, they play at a high level on a weekly basis, right? I know they got the win last week, but, man, the Commanders were hanging around and made that more interesting than it should be. It's their team I'm still trying to get a feel for here, but you're right. This kind of seems like a must-win for what they got coming up. I'm going to go to your favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, that matchup against the Cleveland Browns, okay? And we know Pittsburgh's been running the football, right? It's the number 1 D in football with the Cleveland Browns. I would think Cleveland's going to go all in to go, wait, you're not going to run the ball on us the way you have the last 2 weeks against the Titans and last week against the Packers. My matchup is those corners versus Deontay Johnson and Pickens because they're going to get some one-on-one opportunities. And we'll see if your a.k.a. Randy Moss Jr. George Pickens can get open against this crew. It's going to be fun to see.
George, just drag your toe in the end zone this time. That's it for today.
See ya.
See you Friday. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.